Yeah, obviously we have an important game to play here today, but exciting. Every time you get an opportunity to play in front of our fan base at Citi Field, especially the way they've been showing up, not only in the playoff, but the last 2 months. It's electric, it's intense, it's fun. So really looking forward to it, but we got to take care of business today.
Go to Tim in the fourth row.
For weeks, you guys were playing for your season at the end of the regular season, then in a very quick 3-game series, then in an also quick 5-game series. Now that you're in a 7-game series, how different and long does that feel?
I don't know that it feels long. I think every game's important, whether it's game 1, game 2, like today. And you're right, I feel like we've been playing the most important games of the season for 2 months now. And here we are after a tough one yesterday. Got to be able to flush that one and then be ready for today's game. So yeah, it's 7-game, 5-game, 3-game set. Every game's important. So
Go to Beth in the second row.
Nimmo's in there today, but how limited is he with the foot?
He's good. He's battling through a foot injury, obviously, but good enough not only to be in the lineup, but to be in the outfield as well. Look, this time of the year, there's a lot of people battling with, you could see Freddie doing it for them, but he's going to be honest with me and with the training staff, and he's good enough to, like I said, not only be in the lineup, but be a player for us defensively as well. So it's good.
Go to Tim up here on the left.
You mentioned you've been playing these really important games for a while now. How much does that experience help you in another really important game today?
It helps, not only for me as a manager, for the coaches, but for the players. And this is not the first time we're in a situation where after a tough loss, we found a way to get the job done. And those are the expectations going into today. We know we're facing a really good team on the Dodgers. We saw it yesterday. And this is nothing new for us. So we'll treat it the same. We come here, we prepare. That's what we're doing right now. We want to go out there and compete and give our best. So, yeah.
Barry.
Carlos, how do you explain your team's resilience?
It's been hard for us, the whole year. Ups and downs, a lot of adversity, and we continue to find ways to get the job done. Not only we got really good players, we got really good people that care about each other, and they're not afraid to call each other out when they need to and when they have to. They continue to believe, and they know that after a bad game, there's always an opportunity the next day, and that's the case here, where we didn't play well yesterday. But we know what we need to do to make some adjustments and go out there. And like I said, that's a really good team that we're facing. So, but this group is tough, and we'll continue to find ways.
And I guess part of it is that your big guys like, your shortstop and first baseman have risen to the occasion.
Yeah, and that's why they're, some of the best players in the game, and you need those guys to step up, and they've done that. Lindor's done it, Pete's done it, and those are the expectations. For us to get to where we want to get, we're going to need those guys, and they will continue to show up, and they will continue to help us. So,
Shy, third row on the right.
Carlos, you guys have gotten everything you could have probably hoped out of Sean Manaea so far. What were your sort of realistic expectations for him, and maybe how does that compare to the version of him that you ended up with?
Yeah, we knew we were getting a really good left-handed pitcher that he's been through a lot the past couple of years. Obviously, number one, we needed to keep him healthy. If he was healthy, we knew he was going to help us, But man, since he makes those adjustments, where it was lowering his arm slot, he's been unbelievable, and he continues to get better. I think the biggest thing from him was he's continued to take the baseball. So coming into a year, we were like, hopefully we got to find a way to keep him healthy, and if he's healthy and taking the ball, we're going to be in a good spot. And you got to give him credit because he's put in a lot of work, and his ability to make adjustments when he needed to, and he continues to go out there and give us a chance to win baseball games. So I'm proud of him, and those are the expectations today, that he goes out there and gives us a chance to win a baseball game.
Go to Andrew, second row on the left.
What's the unique challenge of facing a bullpen game, and how does that preparation look like for your offense coming into today?
Yeah, I think this is not the first time that we're going against a bullpen day. We saw it against the Brewers on the wild card when we knew they were going to use their bullpen aggressively, and they got a good one here too. They got some legit arms. A lot of right-handed pitchers. We'll be ready. We'll be ready for what's thrown at us. We got good hitters. But as far as our preparation, it's not the first time that we're going through a situation like this.
Back to Tim up here on the left.
With Minaya and with Severino and Quintana, those three guys have all stayed healthy all year. They've pitched more innings than they have in the recent past. How have you been able to keep them healthy and to have them really pitching their best at this time of year?
Yeah, you got to give them a lot of credit, because they invest in a lot of times in the training room, in the weight room, making sure they're taking care of themselves. And they are in a territory right now where, they haven't been in a long time. You mentioned Sevi, you mentioned Sean, and that's why those extra days, when we're going through the decisions and how we're going to line up our rotation, the extra days for those guys was huge. So, but they should feel proud, and then there's a lot of people that work really hard behind the scenes to keep those guys healthy all the way to this point, and they continue to perform. Not only they're taking the baseball, they're giving us a chance to win baseball games. So